What about when you're gearing up, you got a competition the next day, and you're starting to go to bed, but you can't fall asleep because something's on your mind. What keeps you up at night before competitions?
Oh man, I have trouble sleeping more when I have a really good practice versus when I have a terrible practice. And I think it's just the thought of like the anticipation, right? You have this feeling where you think you may be on the winning fish, and then all that doubt starts to come into your mind. Man, what if they leave? What if this happens and they move? Or what if I break the first one off and screw the whole school up? And, that's like when I have trouble sleeping. I've kind of got to the point now where I'm like so busy and I put so much focus into it that by the time I'm ready to go to bed, it's 11:30 at night and I got to be back up at 4:30. I'm tired enough that I'm just out. I've gotten pretty good at sleeping wherever now.
You don't have nightmares about your boat breaking down and then using a paddle to get you to the cove and then making a cast and your rod breaking off?
No,
I'm the only one.
Yeah, I really try not to think about all the bad things that can happen. I really try to play my day out in a positive manner. And I will sit there and lay down and think about my first cast and what it's gonna be with, where it's gonna be, and I always play it out with a positive ending. Doesn't always work out that way, but at least in my mind I can start it off that way.
Have you ever started formulating your fishing story before it even happens?
100%, all the time. Every time I'm rolling up to a big laydown, every time I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this crankbait, I'm gonna throw it down the right side of that log. It's gonna bump into 2 stumps. Fish is going to choke it. It's going to be sideways. It's going to come up. It's going to jump and head shake and tail walk. It's going to go back down. I'm going to lip it. It's going to be like a 7-pounder. And it's going to be the most epic fish catch ever. All the time.
I see that. I do this too. But the difference between you and me is I've never caught the fish that I'm targeting. So
I'm so bad about that exact subject that even today, flying in the airplane coming down here, I look and I'm like, man, what if that valley was underwater? What if that mountain was underwater? Where would the fish be sitting? How would I target that? Everything I drive by, I'm like, oh, look at that bridge. That'd be a good place for a big bass to hang out.
Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to learn more about this series, make sure to subscribe to Be Alive on their YouTube or podcast app. You can also find them on other social channels. I'm Zak Shelhamer, and until the next one, stay stoked.